That's good thinking. What I was thinking was, if I am here, and what if I want to backslip and throw an attack? I have to load the hip here, and if I want to do a fadeaway jab, I have to turn the hip out as I come here, right? So I wouldn't necessarily feel that on a hook, although you could. But check this out. I'm going to load this side and push the hip back for that fadeaway jab. That feels similar to me, like it feels like this. Kind of, okay? So I'm going to be here. If I was to do it with my right side, it would be here, fadeaway jab, there. It's getting that counter rotation in the hip that flings the hand out. Do you guys kind of see what I'm saying there? Yeah? Play around with that, right? Think about that body dynamic and how that applies to your fadeaway jab. Or your jab. It does actually apply to your jab. Think about it. Wow. The hip moving back. Okay? So really quick, kind of like what I just did, what we just did for those last two movements, what I want you guys to do is pick a move in Pinan Shodan, or you know what, you can use any kata. Pick a move in any kata, okay? And it's not necessarily bunkai. What I'm not doing like, I'm going to pick a shuto from Pinan Shodan. What I'm doing is I'm grabbing and I'm chopping someone's neck, which is true, that's what I'm doing during a shuto. But it's got to be bigger than that. It has to not only apply to the kata world, but also the actual, the practical self-defense-y kind of stuff. So like for a shuto, for example, think about how this applies to self-defense. How does that apply to self-defense? Okay? What I want you guys to do though is don't do that shuto. Think about any move in any kata. It could be your favorite move. Pick a body dynamic from that move and then apply that to a real world situation. This is the kind of thinking that we need to be doing with kata, okay? We're not just learning patterns here. We got to think about body dynamics, and furthermore, this is the next level, right? Everyone thinks about body dynamics, but you got to think about how those apply to other movements. That's really, really crucial to figuring stuff out on your own, right? So go ahead. I'm gonna give you guys a good chunk of time. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, okay? Pick your favorite move, okay? Break down the body dynamics and then go ahead and apply it to something else, okay? So 5 minutes, you guys. I'll be here if you have any questions. Yes, Jonathan, what's up, man? You can unmute yourself.
Okay, so can you use like a weapon kata?
Yeah, if you want to use a weapons kata and then apply that body dynamic to like an empty-handed thing, then that's cool. You can, or you can. I wouldn't want you to apply it to something with a weapon though, because a weapon isn't necessarily something that you would always have, right? I want you to apply it to just bare fist boxing or kickboxing. You know what I mean? Cool. But yeah, absolutely, you can use a weapons kata. Oh. This is really hard, by the way, you guys. If you're struggling with this, that's cool, because I'm trying to think about stuff right now, and it's tricky. But this is the kind of like difficult thinking that we need to be doing. I'm gonna give you guys another like 2 minutes, okay? Another like 2 to 3 minutes. I have mine already. I'm still kind of thinking about it, but it's okay if you're still working on yours. That's cool. How does this movement in your kata apply to a real world situation? Again, any questions, let me know. Alright guys, so go ahead, Yame. I'm gonna show you mine before you. Bye bye. Hope you guys have a good night. Alright, I'm gonna show you mine, okay? So I'm learning currently Kashankudai. And some of you might not know that kata. That's okay. There's the characteristic in the kata is this, okay? So I'm gonna be chop, stab kick, boom, poke, clear. And I'm going to go in for another chop there. Okay? The move I'm isolating is this. Boom. Boom. Okay? More specifically this. So I'm going to start here. Up. And that. What I thought of was this. Watch how when I'm here in this more shallow stance, when my leg explodes out this way, my hip has to turn to power this chop. So it's not my leg powering the chop and only my arms. I have to actually drive my hip into the leg here and my arms at the same time. And what that got me thinking about was this movement. I want to be here and I was like, okay, front slip, right? Because I have to, in the kata you shift into a front stance. So I'm here, okay, front slip here. That's what I thought of immediately. I was like, okay, well what are the hands doing then? So I was like, alright, I'm going to use my hip power to both shoot my leg out and punch. It's the same feeling as this, except I'm releasing a punch and slipping my head out of the way. Same body dynamic, look, it's the same thing. I'm here, here, and here. It's just that my hands switched to a little bit more of a practical thing, right? I'm moving my head, okay? So you guys, that was mine. Why don't you guys kind of show me what you're thinking? Bye-bye. Anyone want to go first? Go ahead and unmute and just yell at me. Alright, Vedant, you're going first. Why don't you show me what you were thinking of, okay? Can you unmute and then talk me through it? Or talk us through it? Pinon Yondan, okay. What part of it were you doing? Oh, got it. So you're here, right? Boom, and then into the women's horse stance. Okay, how did that apply to real life? I'm sorry, could you repeat? Yeah. Oh no, you weren't supposed to think about the bunkai. You were supposed to be thinking about how that body dynamic applies to like a more realistic situation. Yeah. Did you think about that, or were you only thinking about bunkai? Okay, yeah. Why don't you show me how that applies to a more realistic thing? Mm-hmm. What is that? So how would that body dynamic shift to? Because mine was like this, right? I'm starting here, and then that's mine and my kata, and then what I applied that to was stepping and then punching there. Like it's kind of the same body feeling, right? So what feels like this to you in more of a realistic situation? What could be like similar to that?
Oh, like for example, grabbing somebody and throwing them down.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry. What was the technique that you thought was similar?
Yeah, grabbing somebody and throwing them down.
Oh, grabbing someone and throwing them down. Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. So can you show me how that would look? Like kind of show me with your body. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so you're equating that to a throw almost. So you're in a clinch, maybe saying like that kick is like a throw there. Oh, that's cool. I really like that. That's awesome. I didn't think about that. So you're here. This like a grab, right? So you're grabbing, and then instead of kicking up, you could be like grabbing for a clench, and then like the sotogari here. So you're grabbing, and then the kick is actually bringing the leg through, and then you're throwing down. That's cool. I like how you apply that to a more realistic, modern scenario. That's awesome. So, Joshua, why don't you go ahead and show me yours? So, Vedant, you can mute yourself, buddy. Thanks, man.
The move I picked was from Nahashi Shodan. I don't know the name of it, but it's when you kick your fist and you...
Oh, yeah, the back fist.
Yeah, the back fist. And I thought that could apply to like really a lot of moves, but I think in particular it applies a lot to the uppercut because when you're doing the back fist, you kind of you have to throw it out there and really kind of like let it go out there a little bit and extend it.
Mm-hmm.
With an uppercut, you can't just put it up. You kind of have to...
Oh, right.
Beyond.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Use your hips to power to like with the back fist, which I felt is very similar.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're getting that same side, right? So for here, the hips are coming back, then you have to shoot the hip forward to get that back fist going, right? But when you're doing the uppercut, the hip still has to come back here, except you're loading for that launch pad there. Oh, that's cool. I like that. So you're here, load, hip fires. You're here, load, hip fires. That's awesome. I really like that. Jonathan, why don't you go ahead and show us your application?
Okay, so this is from like non-redon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah. Okay. How is that similar? Can you explain to me how you're thinking that's similar? Right. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. So like maybe you're facing this way and you want to throw a cross over here where you're turning and then crossing there. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I would even take that one step further and think about this. What if you, like we've been talking about the Z-step a lot, I know. What if you threw a Z-step and you remember how we squeezed in for that cross there? You remember that? That's kind of similar to that pivot. Instead, you're starting here, and you got to pivot and come over. So I like what you're thinking there, where you're turning, then crossing. That's awesome. Cynthia, why don't you go ahead and give me your application?
I was thinking of Pinon Yondan too, and it was this one.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it would be similar to like when you do a left, you slip to the front, and then like you uppercut.
You're throwing the uppercut? Yeah, I can see that. Instead, so where you're reaching out, is that what you're saying? So after the side kick, you gotta reach out there. Oh, that's cool. I like that. So instead of reaching, you're stepping and rolling. Yeah. So it's that same kind of leg drives the rest. And then you were saying, boom, that uppercut comes in there. Yeah, I like that. So this turns into that, where you kind of smush it together into one move. But you're right, it is still that same expansion, contraction. Expansion, contraction there. I like that. That's cool. Petra? I'm sorry if that's not your name, but I don't see you, so I don't know who you are. Who is that? Oh, what's up? Hey, what's up, man? Why don't you show me yours, okay?
We can't really see it. Well, hold on. Maybe I can angle my camera down a little more.
It's okay if you can't. Or you can just
explain it.
Yeah, you can explain it too, and I can kind of show.
Okay.
Hi everyone.
Yeah. Senpai Paula's here eating a salad, which
I'm really hungry. So
I'm really jealous of her salad.
Do you want some?
No, I'm okay.
It's been a long day. It's a snack.
Can you show us or explain us yours? No, your audio might have cut out. That's okay. You can type it in chat too if you want. Yeah, I think your audio cut out. That's alright. I'm gonna move on then. Anyone else want to share? Everyone else has their camera off. No? Okay. Last call. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Sold. We're done. Alright. So I liked what you guys were thinking there, okay? You guys had some really good ideas. I love that you're thinking critically about kata and how it applies. Yeah. So what I want you guys to do now is go ahead and practice kata again, so not as long, but I want you to start thinking about how those body movements are applying. So like, if I was doing Pinan Shodan, think about how every move would apply, right? So maybe for Pinan Shodan for me, we already established that's that dropping motion. Maybe I drop into a punch, right? Instead of lower block lunge punch, maybe I'm going, okay, I'm going to drop here and then throw across, right? So just kind of think about stuff like that. Not every move has to have this perfect application, but go through 1 kata or 2 katas, okay? I'll give you enough time for that. Think about how each move is powered and how that could apply to something else, okay? Begin when you are ready. I'll be watching to answer any questions. So again, instead of just isolating one move, you're focusing on a whole kata. I'm going to give you guys about another minute, okay? Alright, so you guys go ahead and yame. Good. So I'm not going to ask you guys to explain what you were working on, okay? I just trust that you guys are thinking about it. I like that. That's good that we're getting our brains active and thinking about our body, because a lot of the times when we're going throughout our day-to-day life, I don't know why I said it like that, but like Sensei always talks about how we're black belts at using our hands, right? Like we can write, we can type on keyboards. Some of you can play piano, like I can play drums, like I can flick on light switches and stuff. Like we're really good at using our hands and our fingers. But we're not always so good at like, you know, walking. Obviously you wouldn't walk like in say sundown chi or something, or like in a front stance, right? But again, those stances apply to staying rooted, like posture. Not everyone is always thinking about their posture. Karate can fix that, okay? And thinking about your body can fix posture. Just things like that. That might not even apply necessarily to fighting. They can apply to everything, okay? So what I want to do is go ahead and move on to a combo, okay? I want to stick with the idea of the defensive position, like the stop, back off, leave me alone position before closing your fist. So how many of you guys remember me talking about that? Okay, cool. I don't need to go over that again. You guys feel good about that? Cool. Okay. So again, instead of like initiating a fight like this, because when you close your fist, everyone was like, okay, you know, Ethan's in the fight, right? Whereas if I'm right here and let's say Sensei Lucas, who's in the other room, is big and scary and he's trying to attack me, right? I want to, what was that?
Not that scary.
Oh, yeah, he said he's not that scary, but maybe to some people. But he's here, he's trying to attack me, or this bag, this mean bag is trying to attack me, a scary red color. Okay? I want to be here, back off, leave me alone, right? Once they initiate, again, feel free to close up your fist. Okay? But I don't want you to like, yeah, let's go. You know, because then you become a part of the problem. No one likes problems. Okay? So, let's work on this though. There's two key things that I want to work on right now in this combo. One is the Fraser Slip, okay? This is one of those techniques that I love because it just pretty much works for a lot of things, okay? I'll show you guys what it looks like, but it works for if someone's jabbing at you, crossing at your face, hooking at your face in either direction. Not necessarily for uppercuts or body shots, but you know, anything that is either straight or rounded to the head, this will be effective for, okay? It's just like the back slip, right? Back slip pretty much covers you anywhere. If someone's trying to hit you in the face, you can just back slip out of the way. Okay? It's really nice in that regard. So the way it works is just like what we were talking about in Pinan Shodan, where you're dropping into that lower block, right? I want you to be here into your guarded position, okay? And you're just gonna drop. I want you to drop, okay? And then you get that feeling of your feet leaving the ground for a second, not because you've jumped, but because you're dropping so fast that your feet kind of come up. You see what I mean? You hear pop, you just gotta pop, drop, like a trapdoor opens from under you. Okay? And this technique is going to take a lot of back and core strength. Okay? It's kind of tricky. But once you get it, it's so awesome. It's going to be here. So you're going to get that dropping feeling. And on top of that, what you're going to do is you're going to lower your back here. Okay? So you're going to create this fold in your hip like this. Alright? I don't want you to go like this. You're not bending your back. You're not necessarily bowing too much either. You're folding this way. In. See the difference? Moving dynamically. I don't want to put too much strain on my lower back by bowing or on my spine by doing this. I want to be here, sinking. Okay, sink. Sink. I want to scissor my hips and sink into the front leg. So that combines with the drop. Okay? And this has got to be quick. You got to scissor and then up. Scissor and then up. Alright? And as you do this, you can get a little bit less turning on your axis, but I still want you to keep where you're turning, and now you're also going to add like a vertical drop at the head. Boom, and then up. And watch what I do with my forearm, my lead forearm. I'm actually going to use my knee as kind of like a launch pad, or my thigh rather as a launch pad. I'm going to be here. As I drop my forearm. I can have my other hand up, guarding my whole face. So I drop, I use my forearm and I kind of push up. I'm here, pop, pop. So watch, I drop, up, up. Okay? I use that forearm to push the tricep and then push up my upper body so it's even faster. I'm here, boom, boom. Right? Boom, boom. Okay? And I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do this. Right? Because then you're going to get smacked. So I'm here, boom, boom, and that hand's got to come up immediately. Pop, pop. Okay? So work on that for like 30 seconds. Any questions, please ask me. So it's got to be fast. And remember, you're ducking out of the way of a head attack, okay? You know, you're not going to use this if someone's punching at your chest. That'd be stupid because you're just going to walk right into a punch. Or if someone's throwing an uppercut, you're going to help them out, right? So this is if someone is punching straight or horizontally at your head. Or they're kicking at your head. This is a good attack too. Again, not a snap kick because, again, that's coming up. That's coming where you're going. So think about attacks that this would work for. And it works for a lot. Okay? As you drop, I want you to focus on loading up the leg. Load up the leg. Okay? Load. Now what's going to happen is, alright, I'm going to have you guys kind of looking at the camera like this, moving around, throwing some punches, right? So pretty much shadow boxing towards the camera. And then when I clap, I want you to Fraser Slip. Fraser Slip when I clap. Okay? So really activate the core, activate all of your back muscles. Again, don't bow. I don't want you to hurt your backs, but activate your back properly, okay? So here we go. Get ready. When I clap, you're going to throw that Fraser Slip, okay? So go ahead, throw some punches, some other slips, just like you're shadow boxing normally, okay? That's it, Fraser Slip, good. Just be gone. Get out of my way, yeah. Good. You are going to drop your back a little bit. Remember, you are going to drop that hip, so it's not just up and down like a squat. That's too slow. You're going to be here, boom. You're squeezing this side of your core. Down there. Good. Good, good, good. Now keep on going. Now check this out. Here's what I want you to do. I have big, mean, scary bag here. Instead of just dropping and then rising back up, I want you to use all the tension that you get in your front leg from dropping. Drop. Now check this out. I have all this tension in my front leg. I want you to actually explode forward and uppercut. There. Or you can do like a shovel hook, right? You remember shovel hook where you're digging into the liver here, the liver punch? So it's not necessarily a hook. It's not necessarily a straight uppercut. It's like diagonal in. So you're here. So you drop shovel hook. So I'm dropping and then kind of jumping in. There, boom. Yeah, Jonathan, that was great, man. Nice. Alright, so get ready. We're going to spar. I'll do it with you, okay? Doing it here. Shovel. Good. You got to really push in, though. Use this to drive with your whole body. I can actually be pretty far away from this bag outside of punching range. Boom. And then reach from there pretty powerfully. Okay? So imagine if I was just outside of punching range. See how I'm pushing that bag like back pretty far? This is a really strong punch. Okay, and you're digging in. Alright, so let me see. Guard up, guard up. Let's go. Go. Boom, boom. Nice, Joshua. Good. Boom, shovel hook. Crank the body for the shovel hook. Crank it up and then stab in. Stab in. Good. Now instead of a clap, I'm going to throw a punch at you. Okay? Instead of a clap, I'm going to throw either a jab, I'm going to throw a cross, or hooks. Okay? And you're going to have to shovel hook and in. By the way, really quick for the shovel hook, I want to still keep my head low. I'm kind of moving in an L with my head. I'm going to go down and then in. I can't rise a little bit because that's going to happen naturally. But what I want is down and keep that head low. Because look where I end up, right? I can still load right back up. It's so awesome. Oh my goodness, I'm getting so excited. I'm here, down, boom, and I'm still loaded where I can fire off another hook. And then keep on working into the bag, right? So check this out. I want you to do this now. 2 punches. Down, shovel hook, and then normal hook. Really crank that body. So here, pop, pop, pop. Okay? 2 punches on your front hand. Down, shovel hook, hook. It's got to be quick. Bop, bop, bop. So Fraser Slip down, stay down, and then push in. All right, so ready? I'm gonna throw these punches. So start shadow boxing me. Okay? Get ready. That was it. Boom. That was it. Good. That was it. Boom. Make sure you're getting out of the way of that punch. Good. Now get ready. You gotta be quick. I'm gonna start going faster. Good. Good. Right, okay, good. Now shake it out, you guys. So any questions so far? You guys have any questions so far? You guys feeling good about this? How many of you can raise your hand if this feels like icky? Like it just doesn't feel right on your body? Anyone? Kind of. Cynthia, do you have any question? I can help you out if you want on that. Because I know at first it can feel like kind of wacky. Yeah, what's up, Joshua? Do you have a question? No? Okay, cool. Alright, if there are no questions, I'm going to move on, okay? So now that we built this little entrance, boom, shovel hook, hook. After this hook, look, check out which leg is loaded. So I'm here, I'm going to go down, pop, pop. And now look, I'm loaded on my back leg, okay? What I want you to do from here, again, focus on, I know we talked about this, right? When I'm here, my head is down, off of the line. Here, my head is to the side, off the line, right, diagonally. When I hook, I want your head to go to the other side, diagonally. Boom. Now look, I'm back at the diagonal, okay? So from here, I'm down at the diagonal, boom, and then boom. Now my head is the other way, okay? What I want you to do from here is throw across. So here you do this big hook. You know what, as a matter of fact, I lied. I want you to throw an elbow, because you're already in close. The whole idea of this is getting you in close, boom, boom, with that hook. Now what I want you to do is come over the top and crack them with an elbow. Really quick, a tip on the elbow. Feel the difference in the bone of having in this open hand. You can feel this bone here. Then closing your fist. When you close your fist, there's a muscle here that covers the bone. Right? So when you elbow, I actually want your hand to be open like a shuto position. Okay? So if I'm here, boom, I open up my hand and then I'm going to elbow this way. So that bone is exposed, right? Because that's what I'm really hitting with, is that bone. Also, I'm not hitting with like the tip of my elbow. That's a common misconception. I'm hitting with this part here. Okay, so that flat part of my elbow. Again, still the bone here, but not the tip. Okay, it's not a cutting. I mean, it is a cut, but it's not like a graze. I want to activate the whole elbow, right? So let's try this, okay? We're gonna be here. Okay, focus on speed there. Focus on speed. This whole thing has to be fast. Joshua, I want you to get lower for that slip, or yeah, for the Fraser slip. Go low, pop, pop, pop. More kata application. Do you guys know patsai dai, where you're here? Right? It's kind of the same feeling of when you're doing patsai dai, the shuffle in is this feeling, that explosive like blitz, pop, 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 pop. Okay? Is that feeling where you're just pushing your opponent back. Okay? So from there, what I want you guys to do is think about an exit strategy. Sensei always talks about this. So we're here, we've entered, we threw 3 really good high percentage attacks because we're in close, we're hitting close, okay? Also think about targeting, by the way. Really quick, I'm sorry. When I Fraser slip and in, I'm hitting the kidney here, I'm sorry, the liver, which is on the opponent's right side, kind of under the floating rib. So you gotta dig up and in, and that hurts. If you get hit in the liver, it can feel like getting the wind knocked out of you times 10. Your whole abdominal region and your back starts to convulse. It's really bad. But that's the thing. You try to hit them in the liver. If not, that's still a really good rib punch there, right? You go boom, liver shot, and then I want you to come over the top on that hook to the head. That's what I was thinking for the hook. You can still liver and then body. Don't get me wrong. You can obviously do that. But what I would do is, since they're focused on their lower body, they're like, oh, their guard might be down, and then you come over the top. Then I would come over the top again for that elbow. That's just me. Okay? So that's what I would do for targeting. You can mix that up, but just really quick to explain that. Think about an exit strategy now, like I was saying. So you just threw this elbow, and your head should be on this diagonal of their body, right? So my head was on this diagonal, just so you guys can see. My head was here, now it's going to be here on this side. What I would do personally is I might turn like we did, someone was showing me, Cynthia, you were showing me Pinan Yondan, right? Same move, going to be here, bah! I can turn after that cross and move into southpaw, right? Or you can finish out with a hook and a pivot and then get away, right? But that's okay. After that elbow, you might be more comfortable just shifting into a left-handed position or the opposite position than what you're used to. If I elbow with my left hand, I might have to shift into a right-handed position where that might be a little bit less comfortable for me, right? From here, check this out. Watch this transition into southpaw. This leg is going to stay, this leg, the front leg is going to actually move back as my back leg shifts to the front. From here, back leg shifts in, my other leg moves back to power that move. So I'm here, back leg shifts in, other leg moves back. I'm here, boom, there. And you can also throw another elbow too. You could be like elbow, elbow, which is awesome. 2 elbows in a row. Okay, so think about an exit strategy. I'm going to give you guys about a minute, okay, to do that. You can do multiple moves too, don't get me wrong. You can be here, boom, boom, like moving back and then like a round kick or something. Okay, mix it up. Or you could do this. This is a cool one too. You just elbowed, you move into a cross, and you want to push off with the thrust kick. I would do that. That's me personally. Up here, cross, push off with the thrust kick. Okay, create some distance. But think about your own things, okay? You got to get in range with the Fraser Slip. Work them where you're moving your head from side to side. Work them on every part of their body and then get out. Okay? I don't want you to be predictable here. Don't do what feels the best. Because that might be the easiest thing that they might expect, right? Find something that still feels good and makes sense dynamically, but might be like out of the ordinary. Right? Like throwing 2 elbows and then a thrust kick, not a lot of people do that. Okay? Most people just go cross, jab, and then fade away jab, right? Do something that is not vanilla. I want you to do something that is like, got some flavor to it. Unexpected, okay? Well, I'm going to actually give you guys some more time for this. I'm going to give you like 2 minutes now, okay? Think about an exit strategy. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to keep on working on mine, actually. Come on. Any questions? Okay, cool. That feels good to me. I like mine. Don't steal mine. How dare you. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you another 30 seconds, give or take, okay? Finish up what you're doing. Cool, we got about 10 more seconds to finish up. And Yame. Alright guys, so let me see what you were thinking. So I have Cynthia and Joshua who have their cameras on right now. Okay. Hello. Alright. So let me see what you guys are thinking. Joshua, why don't you go ahead and start off, okay?
Is it okay if I just start from the elbow?
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. So he's got the elbow. He's gonna turn. Oh, 2 uppercuts? 2 uppercuts and then a fadeaway jab? Is that what I saw? Yeah, okay, that's cool. Tony here. I just finished with my elbow. He's got 1, 2, fadeaway. That's awesome. I like that. Those 2 uppercuts right there, okay? That's a really good feel. One more time, I want to check that out. Okay. Here. Oh, dude, that feels awesome. I love that. Okay. Cynthia, why don't you show me what you were thinking? So she got the elbow. Oh, a roll and then a hook and then a... Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. So she pushed on. She went here, elbow, roll, and then it was a cross, yeah? Am I right? And then what happened? So elbow, roll, cross. Oh, and then a front kick. And then another roll. And then a hook. Okay, cool. How are you going to get out of there, though? Because you did a good job of head movement. How are you going to exit after that hook? With a fadeaway jab and then a back slip. I like that. That's good. Here. Boom. Fadeaway jab, back slip. Nice. That's cool, okay? Anyone else want to share? Like Vedanth, I know that you had your camera on earlier. If you want to share, if no one else wants to share, that's okay. We had 2 really awesome combos right there. No, going once, going twice, going 3 times. Sold. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. All right. We did a lot today. We made some serious progress. Some things, just some closing thoughts. Again, with kata, think about how every move that seems like unnecessary, think about how it applies, right? So I would start Pinan Shodan, okay? Go through Pinan Shodan. Pick out like 2 or 3 moves that you think could apply to some real life situation stuff, okay? Again, remember, keeping those hands up, okay, like this, talking to someone before they initiate an attack, and then, hey, like they initiate attack, Fraser Slip, pop, pop, and then we just did that, right? If they initiate towards your head, you got the Fraser Slip. If they initiate another way, you got the Z Slip, right? You let them come to you, and then you use them to start throwing your attacks. Once they've thrown an attack, then it's all good. Fists, okay? So think about that Fraser Slip moving in. Think about exit strategies. Also, keep on, whenever you're practicing your combos, think about moving your head, shifting your head, right? Rolling. I like how Cynthia added rolls in her combo, right? Even if I'm throwing a cross, I got to move my head off center line, right? When we threw that elbow, we moved our head off center line, okay? Really great job, you guys. I loved it. All right, so you can go ahead and log off. Let's do a bow. So kiss gate and bow.